is certain Scouse man, who ain't even challenged ever been on a Premier League run to challenge for the title, ain't ever picked up the medal, ever. Talking about Liverpool, Man City is the greatest rivalry in Premier League history. Over United and now. Are you mad? Are you mad?
No way.
Boom! Welcome to FanTVnChill. Before you start, the usual, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to it. This weekend was Manchester City versus Liverpool. And in case you ain't noticed, the Liverpool fan is actually missing in action. He was actually missing because he didn't watch the game either on the weekend. So I think that's why he don't want to be on the team. But we'll leave that for the day. MIA.
Like Liverpool's title challenge.
Mad. Right, first thing I want to talk about is certain Scouse man, who ain't even challenged ever been on a Premier League run to challenge for the title, ain't ever picked up the medal, ever. Talking about Liverpool, Man City is the greatest rivalry in Premier League history. Over United and now. Are you mad? Are you mad?
No way.
It's not chat to me.
Look, it's not a rivalry.
Because
City have been dominant. This has been the City era. It's
Yeah.
not Liverpool have just picked up trophies in between that. They'd be like, yeah, but we challenged and we were able
what
to do
challenge?
this. If you look at the stats,
What challenge?
they've only finished second.
What
once.
challenge?
In
Do you know what I'm saying?
In this rivalry, they finished second once.
It depends on how you judge the length of the rivalry. Because I actually checked it. Have you checked it?
No.
If you check it, they finished second more than once for City winning the league. But it depends on how far you go back. Because when I spoke to you about it and I went on it, I checked it and I was like, see how many times? And I think it's twice.
They finished second twice. But when it was Man United versus Arsenal, or it was the Chelsea United era, it was
Even I don't want to be devil's advocate. Even with that, I checked that too. it's not as much as you think it is.
Bring out the stats then, man.
I think it is.
Yeah, but how many times have you man won the Premier League? 3?
Us.
Yeah. I think you've won 3.
Every time we won the Prem, you man finished second.
Yeah. But these men have only won the Premier League once,
3.
and they're saying
3 more times than Liverpool did.
Because the thing is, they're talking. Carragher's talking about it being better than Arsenal United. But how can it be when Liverpool have only won it once compared to Man City's? How many times they've won the title?
What was his barometer and why he said that? Is he judging it on? Because let's be honest, the word rivalry. It's not. It's because obviously with the Arsenal Man United team.
Yeah.
The reason why I'd say it's better than the Liverpool Man City one is because obviously I know you man won the title way more times than we did or whatever, but pass you. That's all you got to run with.
Last time you picked up a Prem.
We'll come to you.
That's all you got to run with.
We'll come to you.
That's all you got to run with.
I'll come to you. Don't worry, I'm not spoken to you. Let's
you got smoke.
I'm not spoken to
You got smoke. You should be talking about smoke. Anyway, but I'll carry on. When I judge, the reason why I say the rivalry is because I feel like with Man City Liverpool, it's not really with our rivalry, it's more of a competitive one. We didn't like you didn't like us. Our players didn't like your players didn't like our players, and it was just the managers didn't like each other. Everyone just didn't like each other. With the Liverpool Man City one, it's nicey. They may be challenging, they may be competing, should I say, but it's all nicey. And let's be real, the word rivalry is a reason why you call it rivalry, is because there should be that that animosity between the two teams.
Man don't hug each other at the end of the thing if it's a rivalry. Do you know what I'm saying? Them two were on a liquid date. Wine bottle thing. You don't hug each other like that. Especially not on the camera. I mean, let's be real. What does that make the players think? We're meant to be going after these men, hunting them down. The coach should be leading by example.
Why don't you think?
Yeah.
Why don't you think that the Liverpool Man City one's?
Fam, there's no way anybody can sit here and say that it's as bitter and as passionate as it was against Arsenal United. Do you know what I mean?
So from what I'm hearing, you guys are just basically saying, in terms of emotionally, you're more emotionally invested in the other in Arsenal United's rivalry than you would be with the Liverpool one. But would you say that the quality was better now or then?
The problem is
that's probably where these people are. They're like,
Yeah.
look, we've got this many points.
That's not trying to work out the barometer of why you're saying it. But what I would say is, but even though...
Because you guys think you can have a rival.
Yeah,
with
but
someone.
when you say quality, what do you mean?
Huh?
If Liverpool are quality enough, they should have won the Premier League 3 times.
If they're quality of play.
The quality, well, bro, you have to be quality to win the league. You know, you don't win. Obviously, Leicester are an exception. But to be fair, that season they did play their football the way they played it, and it was quality. But you have to be quality to be able to win the league. And if we're saying this Man City team possibly, if we're saying this Liverpool team is better than Arsenal's team back then, and Liverpool and United's team, then they should have won more trophies. Simple. They should have won more Premier Leagues, should I say, than they have.
Listen,
and this is a golden period. And if they don't win a Premier League this season,
you can't have a golden period with one Champions League, and Premier League.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
The end of that. What is that? It?
No, it don't make sense. These men are living on passion and vibes, and man them from Liverpool releasing a couple of bangers coming through the drill sim. That's what they're living on. Like, it don't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you think? Who are you going with? Because you sound as if you're going for the Liverpool Man City one.
Impossible.
So you're just doing it unbiased?
No.
So what's your reasoning? Yeah.
Listen, United, Arsenal, obviously the emotion behind it is what draws you to it. But it was neck and neck throughout those times, and it could literally go either way. And they were both challenging at the top and both winning things. So it wasn't a case of this team was completely dominant. Yes, United won, but when Arsenal had their period of when they got those 3 Premier League titles, they were very, very good as well. So that was the difference. But if you look at it now, City just won. How many times has City won the league in that period compared to Liverpool? 1. So you can't tell me that that's a rivalry.
A rebuttal for that one is: do you think that even though like Liverpool haven't won a lot in comparison to Man City, do you think this Man City side is underachieving due to the side that they have? Liverpool shouldn't be. They shouldn't be competing with them. It shouldn't be like Liverpool should be steamrolling this league. Man City should be steamrolling this league with what they have. Like they shouldn't be near. It should be kind of like a PSG kind of thing, a Bayern Munich kind of thing. Liverpool do well just to be in the conversation with Man City.
So we're giving prizes for getting involved in the
I'm just saying, the Man City shouldn't make this a competition.
So what do you mean?
Should Man City be? Come on, honestly, do you think Man City should be making it as a competition with Liverpool? They shouldn't.
Yes.
They should be.
No, look, stop. Everyone needs to stop doing this, bro. This Liverpool team is quality, you know.
Yeah, for real.
They've got ballers all over the pitch.
Exactly. But with what Man City
and so do Man City.
But
they've had different journeys in terms of how they get there. Klopp has had to build this team probably a bit harder. Obviously, he's found gems in Trent or found a gem in Robbo. Spends big money on Alisson and Van Dijk. But then it's like, Joe Gomez starts to come up. Matip has now become a good player. See what I'm saying? So now he's actually got, like, his defence is sick. Konate doesn't even start for them, for example. They've had to build that team a bit slower, yeah? So, but they've got quality all over the pitch right now. Thiago, Hendo, Fabinho. Fabinho's arguably...
You don't rate Thiago or Hendo?
I don't really rate Hendo. But I rate Thiago as a baller, but he's not I didn't think he was doing well for Liverpool. Last few games, though, I think he's improved. But they've got quality all over the pitch to a point where even their young kids now, Harvey Elliott, etc., everyone's coming through to where Luis Diaz is signing, Jota, sick. Like, think about that. So all of those players, you can argue, it's neck and neck with some of the City players in terms of who would get into whose team. If you're doing a combined 11.
That's what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
What do you mean it shouldn't be like that?
Man City should be clear.
No, that's bullshit, fam.
But Liverpool have built, he's built a good team.
You've got that
in the last
team
few
now.
years.
So now you're telling me
That's
with this team,
that's a Champions League winning team.
with that team, you can't. You're like, oh no, just because we can speak to Man City is a good thing. Get out of here, man. That's schoolboy mentality.
And
If you're such a great team, you got to do it.
So after obviously the result at the weekend, obviously they drew 2-2. Who do you think is in the driving seat?
It's City's title. I told you,
City's
man.
starting to
Liverpool
lose.
ain't got no title.
It's
They got no league in there.
But what I will say, it is the Premier League. It is the Premier League,
Nah.
and a
City-
team
no,
can
listen.
take a point off City.
Listen, Pep's done this too many times.
Yeah, he's done it.
He's done this
but
way
it's a
too
Premier
many
League.
times. He ain't
It's a
losing
Premier
his pen
League,
now.
bro.
Not from this position.
They're 1 point.
Huh?
It's 1 point.
He's not losing
It's
this-
1
he
point.
won't
They only
lose
need to draw one game.
He won't lose it.
A team can take a point from
They
City.
dropped points against Crystal Palace and Southampton.
Yeah. So?
And they're not the greatest.
And their running is a lot easier than Liverpool's.
Yeah, and they're playing against teams that are harder than Crystal Palace and Southampton.
Listen, Pep, they can't. But you're telling me Liverpool will win the rest of their games this season?
I was actually looking at their fixtures and that, and I feel like for me, I think Liverpool can win all their fixtures.
So you think Liverpool are going to win the league?
What?
You think Liverpool are going to win the
No,
league?
because Man City are capable of winning all their games
Yeah,
too.
but what do you think is going to happen now? Let's you get your oracle out, start doing all that. All them.
Bro, I think Man City are going to win the league, but I'm not dismissing them like you just did. I'm dismissing Liverpool like you just did.
It's not over.
Liverpool ain't win the league.
Liverpool getting that point. I've put the pressure back. Mentally, the pressure is now on City. They have to keep winning and winning and winning. It is.
I won't say the pressure's on them. I just feel like it's just the
They're
same.
they're the team in the lead. It's all, the team in the lead is always the
Liverpool
one
needed
under
to win
pressure.
that game.
Huh?
They didn't,
Yeah,
and
listen,
that means it's over for them.
But yeah, City, Liverpool, good game. Title race is definitely on, and it is City's obviously to lose now. And in regards to the rivalry, I don't want to hear anybody talking about this rivalry is better. Don't talk shit. Listen, if you're actually sitting here and saying this rivalry is better, listen, get the Arsenal and United games back up on the TV thing, yeah? And watch them games and watch the games compared to today's games. And you tell me which games are more passionate. Don't chat shit. But until next week, subscribe, follow, comment, over and out.